The last two majors of this season happened, one in Japan and one in France, and they both had very interesting results. We're talking about Smash Awesome and GSM, not to be confused with Void's Game Set Match Crew, but GSM in France. And I want to go over both brackets because there were a lot of surprising results, and of course this is going to be the final majors of the season, so then finally I will be able to do an accurate top 10 with all of the data included. So let's go. Obviously, spoilers for the event. Lima won his first major at GSM. He had a crazy run, beating Snow and Dora Migi twice in the top 8, but also beating Nator Yu in the early rounds bracket, as well as Kid, the Mii Brawler, the best Mii Brawler in the world, who ended up getting 9th. Shoutouts to him. But yeah, Lima had an absolutely fantastic tournament. He played ridiculously well from what I watched. I will be going over this because I didn't go over Lima's last really good run at Cirque 4 because of reasons, but this I have no problems covering, and Lima did just so well here, so I will be going over it. Dora Migi continues his major consistency this season with a 2nd place here. Raflo got 3rd, having 2 Europeans in the top 4. Raru was actually the 1st seed here, and Raflo was the one that beat him in losers, so we had a big unexpected thing happen considering most people were expecting Raru to win, because I still think he's probably top 5 this season. He did absolutely fantastic, but had one weak showing at the very end. Siski, after losing to Gluttony in winners, brought it all the way back to 4th, beating Ball, who is the K rule here, which I will get to, K rule in top 8, and then Ashimo game 5. Raflo beat Snow in losers. Raflo beat Gluttony. I didn't even know Raflo played Game & Watch, to be honest, before this tournament, so that's kind of crazy. But yeah, Ashimo rounded out another top 8 for his season. Snow rounded out another top 8 for his season, and then we have probably I would say the second story of the tournament, behind, maybe the third, behind like Lima winning and Raru not getting like top 8, which is that Ball, a K-Roll player, got top 8, which I don't know if that's the first time a K-Roll has ever got top 8 at a major, but it's the first time at the very least in a long time. We've had a couple of, good K-Roll performances. We think Brujo at the tournament I covered. We also know that like Lukewarm has done well, but I don't know when the last time top 8 at a specific major has happened. Maybe that would be Lost Tech City back in 2022, which would be quite some time ago. But yeah, Ball just, was doing really well in these online Japanese tournaments. He won like a big online tournament recently. Everyone's like, oh, well, it's online with K-Roll, but no, he got top 8 at a major. Or you can say Europeans are frauds, which you can let me know down in the comments down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. Of course, I don't think that way. I think Europe is very strong, just underrepresented overall. I mean, obviously, Raru, one of the best players in the world, did not got top 8, but let's check into the top 32 because there's even more crazy sets. Oh, Lima was actually the one that beat Raflo in winners, so Lima beat Kid, Raflo, Nator Yu, then Snow, and Dora Migi twice. Hell of a run. Shattuck was also here. Shattuck made it to winners' corners before losing to Snow, and then I believe he lost to, Siski in losers. I know that's one of, oh, sorry, I'm in the way. Oh no, let me move my face. Let me move my face. Let me move my face. Let me make my face smaller. Yeah, Corrin Sam is definitely one of the worst matchups for Corrin, so that makes sense. Ling was also here from the US, but he did get 13th, and then got destroyed in the money match, which was very, very funny. There was, of course, like fake beef on Twitter at the very least. Of course, I want to mention Kid, the best Mii Brawler. He did lose to Lima in pools, but then ended up making it all the way to 9th, beating Adrian's Pokemon trainer, Mod's Eyes Kazuya, as opposed to Pac-Man, Rarkior, and then lost to Gluto game 5 after being up 2-1, so very, very close to making that top 8, but that is unfortunate. We also had Crepsele not make top 8. He did lose to Raflo's Game & Watch here in losers. Who did he lose to in winners? Ashimo. That makes sense. Ashimo is really good. Dora Migi beat Susu and Gluttony. Just overall, a very, very strong tournament. Again, we do have some, of course, strong players overall that didn't, perform super well just because this tournament was really stacked, like Leon's Lucina. We also have Mezcal's Ridley down here. Again, the victor of the money match against Ling. It's very funny. They actually placed pretty similar. Niraz, shoutouts to Niraz's Pikachu getting top 32. But again, I want to talk about Ball's losers run because he actually lost in pools and then made it all the way to top 8, which is insane. So Ball lost to Gluttony and then ended up beating Ztraz's Rob to make it out of pools, right? So then we go into this top 32 and we see Ball beat Pawnflex's Steve, Echo's someone. I don't know who Echo plays. Is Echo up here that maybe we can glean some insight? No, he's not. Oh, Echo's the Palutena. Yeah, Echo's the 2nd best Palutena in Europe. That makes sense. I've played them before. I forgot who they were. But yeah, so Echo, did lose to Ashimo here, game 5, so very close, and then ended up just losing 3-0 to the K-Rule and Ball. Ball also beat Super Semis. Younglink, Andres FN was very close to making it, as well as Orion. That's a crazy little stacked section for Europe. And then beat Nador Yu, who was the one that upset Raru in winners 3-0 with Pichu. So again, Pichu doing very well this season. K-Rule having a hell of a season, which is insane. Congrats to the top 8. And now let's talk about Smash Awesome all the way in Japan. At Smash Awesome, Hurt took his first victory in quite some time, at least at a, this was a super major. Hurt was victorious, double eliminating Shutone in grand finals, double eliminating Akola in winner semis, and then losers finals. Hurt just had a hell of a run. I don't know, let me know if you want me to cover this. I know I've covered Hurt a couple times on this channel. I don't know if y'all are tired of Snake. Shutone, of course, got second, which again, another second place after the Coinbox IRL. And again, he's gotten second many times this season, most notably at Riptide, I would say. But he made it all the way to winners finals, beating Kaninabe in top 8, beating Hurt in winners finals, but then 2 game 5 losses to Hurt in grand finals. Unfortunate. Akola here, lost to Hurt, but beat Akakikusu, beat Uame, beat a couple of other players, obviously, in winners to make it here. Kaninabe made his return in top 8. I feel like it's been some time since we've seen Kaninabe in these top 8s. Shutone, though, a master against Fox, is just so good at that matchup, very hard to win against. I do know Kaninabe popped off a couple times in bracket, but we'll get to the top 32, or top 48, I guess, very, very soon. Uame makes another Olimar in this top 8, so 2 Olimars in Shutone and Uame. It looks like Shutone just went full Olimar in this in this top 8. I don't know if he went Pyramithra earlier in the bracket. We of course had Akakikusu make it into losers, and then beat Mia game 5, which is honestly insane, and then beat Kaninabe to make it to 4th place. And then Carmelo Steve also made it into top 8, losing to Uami's Olimar, and then, just Akola being like, hey, this is how you play the matchup, bop. But yeah, crazy top 8. I mean, this makes sense, there's a lot of good players, but one surprise is you would see Mia at 7th. I mean, Mia, I think, definitively the 2nd best player in the world this season, and a 7th place is a bit surprising, but that's because he lost to SSSR's Rob in top 48, or maybe before top 48, I don't even remember, which is honestly insane because I feel like Game & Watch Rob is supposedly so bad, but a 3-0 is kind of crazy. So shout outs to SSSR for doing that. That's so difficult. I don't know any other Rob players that have beat Mia. I don't think Zomba has. I don't know if Zachary has or anything like that, but let's get into the rest of the bracket. I did mention Kaninabe had a really good run in this top 48. He beat Umeki and T. Of course, Fox versus Kazuya is a very, very weird and swingy matchup and almost got reverse 3-0'd, but Kaninabe was still victorious. Shutone did go Pyramithra against Uame, so Uame actually didn't have to play the Olimar Ditto, but did lose 3-1 to Shutone's Pyramithra. I do know that this Luigi number 8 made a couple of upsets in the top 192. We'll probably look at that. But yeah, another top Luigi in Japan because we have Raru, we have Navy, and now we have number 8. Nyon KMB's Diddy Kong also did well here. We see him in this top 48 winners before. I mean, losing to Uame, Olimar, Diddy Kong is like a really weird and rough matchup. Also, Matara made a lot of upsets and made it into this top 48 winners before losing to Akola. And then, of course, we have level 1, and I don't know Kanji, so I don't know who this is. Is it? I don't think it's Taike, so I don't know who the Sonic is, but shout outs to them. Hurt, of course, made it into top 8 winners. He had to beat Akakikusu here, and then, of course, beat Karaage's Falcon in this top 48 winners. Again, Falcon's still doing pretty well overall. And yeah, we can see this monster losers run by Mia. Again, started top 48 in losers, beat Ryuo, beat Gact, beat Nyon KNB, beat Fui's Yoshi, and then beat level 1 to get into that top 8. Gachipi also had a hell of a run. Oh no, I realized I was in the way. I'm so sorry. Gachipi also had a hell of a run, got 9th place here. Again, he started in losers, beat Huto, Shidayuki, Tet the Pit, as well as 33 Parent Box before losing to Akakikusu in a crazy game 5. I remember seeing that clip there. 33 Parent Box also had a good run, beating Tamaigo, beating Rarikusu, beating Umeki before losing to Gachipi. Karaage again got all the way to 13th with Captain Falcon because Captain Falcon is still good, but Carmelo was unfortunately victorious after beating Motsunabe, Karaage, and T to make top 8. And Chicken almost made top 8, but again losing to another Olimar. Actually went Cloud in this matchup, so that's kind of, Chicken does play Cloud as a secondary, that makes sense, but being victorious in Olimar versus Cloud is kind of crazy for Uame. The matchup is so hard, and again Matara ended up beating Tsubaki and before losing to Chicken in losers. So 13th place for Meta Knight. Again, there are a lot of Meta Knight players doing well. Shoutouts to Abadongo also being in this top 48. I feel like I haven't seen his name in quite some time. But yeah, a lot of really strong players here. This is the SSSR before losing to Nizemamo, I think it is. So yeah, 33rd place for the person that beat Mia and put him into losers. That's how crazy that bracket was. Yeah, SSSR, after beating Mia, immediately had to lose to Kaninabe, which is honestly insane. And yeah, number 8 beat Hutos, Wario, and Captain Falcon, as well as Kebangas Kazuya? I'm not sure who that is, but maybe it'll be a name in the future. I don't know. I mean, Japan's crazy. Suddenly people are just really top players all of a sudden. And we still have some familiar places not even getting into this top 8 winners. We have Reno in the Biolith not getting top 8. We have Teshi Samus, who I believe is currently the top active Samus in Japan because Yauda is taking a little bit of a break. We have Elegos, Young Link, and there's just so many good players. Passetti Man didn't make top 8. Shida Yuki barely made top 8. So like there's just so many strong players in this tournament, and it is just so hard to just do well at these tournaments like consistently. It's honestly insane, the consistency of players like Mia and Akala, even though of course Mia did not do super well this tournament, but it's still impressive. And yeah, here's that Matara beating Onjioji, if I'm thinking that right. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right, but I don't know who that is. But then beating Toriguri in a game 5 here. Level 1 was the one that beat Gachipi and put him into losers. There was a Sonic player that beat Chag. I didn't even know Chag was here. Hurt beat Sin here. Kataage beat Masa's Falco. Akikikusu was the one that beat Gact in winners, and then Carmelo had an early upset over Ryuo, which again, that matchup is super bad, so that makes sense. And yeah, those are the 2 tournaments. What do you think? Again, I had a preliminary top 10 list, but then I knew that this bracket, these brackets were happening, so I wanted to adjust just in case something crazy happened, and we'll see if that makes a difference. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you think of the last majors of 2024, and what you thought of 2024 Smash as a whole. I think it was absolutely fantastic. I think it was one of the most entertaining years of Smash in a long time, especially considering 2023 was the era of the 4 horsemen, and then this year like 27 people won a major. I don't think it's actually that high, but it's like pretty close. So it was a lot of fun. Thank you all for watching. Top 10 video coming out tomorrow, and I will see you all next time. Peace.